What's up, guys? Bear with me a second while we share this out to a couple of places. Hope everyone's having a good day. What's up, Cameron? Oh, man. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's see. Oh, my neck. Oh, my neck. My neck and my back. Do. See if we can get some folks to come hang out today. Do. I'm trying to decide who I want to turn this piece into. It was going to be used for one thing, but then I ended up changing my mind. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me okay. Since I redid the office stuff here. You know what I really did? You know what I probably need? I probably need a shelf hanging right there is probably what I need, but I really don't want to block the window because I want that natural light coming in from the window to the walls. Sadly, I saw another artist got screwed over out of money, which, to be fair, I mean, you shouldn't have to do this, but to be fair, if you're going to be an artist in this industry, you've got to make people pay you at least half up front. You know, if you're agreeing to do a big project with them and you don't know them, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know if they're good for the money, so to speak. Um, you really gotta protect yourself a little bit. Wow, damn, we had 4 people in here and everybody bounced. Jesus, man, you can't keep nobody on any damn live shows anymore. And I hate that because it's Freddie, and yeah, that's terrible. Good God, does anybody take pictures anymore without a damn filter on? Jesus Christ on a cracker. A lot of people are getting ready for New York. A lot of people are leaving. I think some of them are leaving tomorrow. Some are leaving, day after. Lots of travel going on right now with New York. That's for sure. Um, and we've done some cover reveals so far. We've done a cover reveal for um, Amy's cover, Ruth's cover, Sean Fournier's cover. Um, we did a cover reveal for Ken Hunt's cover. That's officially in color. We have done a lot of cover reveals this week, or over the last handful of days so far. We still got more cover reveals to do. We've got let's see, when we did Ivy Cosplay's cover reveal, we still have to do my cover reveal. We still have to do um, Anna Azul's cover. We still have to do. Um, yes, I think it's my covers that are left. It's Anna's cover, and then the featured artist on the Kickstarter, Ryan Kincaid. So yeah, we're almost to we're almost to the end of the cover reveals there. Um, God, man, hey, what's up, Danny? It's crazy when you sit back, and you think, oh, my nose itching. Woo! You sit back and you think, how far this is, has come. Um, you know, um, it's pretty damn crazy, man. Pretty damn crazy to see, where all of this has come from. I mean, what is it? 10? I think it's 10 covers on on this Kickstarter, which is pretty damn cool. And then all the covers are just really, really damn good. Definitely got to give them credit, man. Everybody has really brought their A game, like I mentioned before. Um, just freaking really, really good covers. Definitely got to give them credit. Everybody is, man, they did. I mean, I am super, super impressed, about, all the covers that have been revealed so far. I don't really like that nose. um, for this issue, I don't know yet. That usually doesn't. If we do one, that usually doesn't take place until at the end of a Kickstarter. We are going to be doing a retail exclusive though for who was it? EDS. What was the name of them? Hold on, let me make sure I say their name correctly. Um, with Edward Carbolo, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. But we're going to be doing a retailer exclusive with them. But we're doing a retailer exclusive with them for issue number 1. I made their post earlier. Where the hell did I write their name? But that's going to be a retail exclusive. EDS, Ed's Comics and Collectibles. We're going to be doing a retailer exclusive for issue number 1 with them, which I'm super excited about that because we're doing a horror themed cover, and that I'm super super damn excited about. So that one will be a lot of fun. And it's an homage to one of my favorite horror movies, also. So that's a win-win. Um, So yeah, so I'm super excited about that also. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Just got to figure out. I think, damn, I do want to. Part of me's kind of thinking Black Cat, and then part of me's kind of thinking, um, um, shit, what was her damn name? I was thinking Psylocke. So I was kind of thinking either Black Cat or I was thinking Psylocke. I haven't drawn them in forever. What's up, Ed? Yeah, yeah, I'm still going to do it. I just got to figure it out. Well, you know how I do. I only do raffles once the other raffles close, because that's the way it's easier to keep up with, and it's either easier to know who owes what money. So as soon as the last like 2 spots or 3 spots, whatever it is, on the skateboard raffle, as soon as those spots fill up and we do a winner, then I'm going to throw up the all covers raffle. I wish like hell, I had one copy of the NES cover. Sadly, I do not. Whenever I do these Kickstarter books, the books, they are exclusive to the Kickstarter. So I don't print any extras outside of what is ordered for the Kickstarter, other than about 3 copies of each book, in case, and I do that in case, one of the books I ship out to someone gets damaged or gets lost in the mail. I've got a backup I can send them without having to try to have it reprinted. So every book that is on a Kickstarter, I have about 2 or 3 extras from the print run, and that's it. Um, and I save those, like I said, in case there's damage or something to somebody's book. So these are the books that were left over from those few. And what's up, Michael? So, excuse me. So, I definitely want to do that, but it's one of those things where that other raffle's got to get full so I can move forward. And to sharpen my little white pencil so I can put it back in my thing here. Yeah, the NES cover was sweet as hell. And just so everybody knows, issue number 6, there's going to be another classic video game cover. There's going to be another one for issue number 6 Kickstarter, so be ready for that, because we had the NES. So this is why, of course I won't make an official announcement until it's time for issue 6 Kickstarter, but one of the covers that will be on issue number 6 Kickstarter I haven't made a hard decision yet, but it will be either a Super Nintendo cover or it'll be a Sega Genesis cover, cartridge cover, so it'll look like the NES one, it'll look like an NES, the way the NES cover looked like an actual cartridge cover. There's going to be one for Psycho Sound number 6 also. And like I said, it'll either be a Super Nintendo cover, or it'll be a Sega Genesis cover. So, and I'm kind of, even though I was a Nintendo guy, like I owned Nintendo, I owned Super Nintendo. Now my buddy owned a Sega Genesis, but I was definitely more Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then I progressed into PlayStation. So I'm leaning more towards the Super Nintendo, but just for variety reasons, I'm thinking about the Sega Genesis cover. So that one will definitely be something that's coming. See, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, because part of me wants to stick with the theme. We had the Nintendo cover, now we could have the Super Nintendo cover. And then there's part of me, well, let's change it up a little bit and get the people who love Sega Genesis into it. But so yeah, I mean, more than likely, I'm kind of leaning towards more of the Super Nintendo cover. And then of course it'll be an upgraded art. It won't be 8-bit or 16-bit, whatever Nintendo was. So it'll be upgraded art, for the cover. And I'll probably, I'll figure it out, because I definitely want that as one of the covers. I think it just makes sense for there to be a Super Nintendo cover or either Sega Genesis cover. But like I said, I am definitely leaning more towards Super Nintendo. Um, because there's there's a lot of fun stuff that we're planning to do. Excuse me. With some, especially on Psycho Sound #5, y'all got to make sure y'all show up for that one, Ed. Everybody listening, y'all got to make sure y'all show up for Psycho Sound #5 because all these damn badass covers and everything. We're going to be doing some fun stuff with one-off books. Like it's the only one on the Kickstarter. We're going to be doing some things where like there's covers that there's only 5 of them created. That come signed, numbered with a COA, etc. We're going to have some really fun ass stretch goals. And one of the main stretch goals we have to hit, I cannot stress this to you guys enough. I want to do something huge for the $10,000 stretch goal. We have to hit that stretch goal. And the only way I can do that is with y'all's help. We've gotten to the, $6,000, almost $7,000 mark before. And we should be able to hit the 10K plus with this one, with the new format we're doing and the new cover style stuff we're adding, like with the one-off mystery envelopes and shit like that. Because the $10,000 stretch goal is going to be a Psycho Sal t-shirt for every single backer. So I need you guys for that. Yeah. I found out about Big Texas Con too late. I just didn't think about it, and so I missed that one. But Jason Turner was there. I definitely wish I would have been able to go, but yeah. So I definitely need everybody to show up on Psycho Sound #5. We put, I've put a bit more money into Psycho Sound #5. We got a new colorist on it also, compared to the guy that was coloring issues 1 through 4. So we got a new colorist. We got some new, bigger talent, guest artists for the covers. It was spacious though. What do you mean? Like they had the people spread out? Like, what do you mean? Or are you talking about the aisles? Now the aisles being spacious, that's just kind of normal. But if you're talking about like big gaps between all the people, the actual artist tables. Yeah. But so yeah, dude. So we've got a lot of big dog stuff coming up, man, that we want people to show up and show out for. No, it's not going to be the 13th. It's going to be the 20th. I completely forgot the 13th. Next weekend is New York Comic Con. For some reason, I thought it was this weekend. Or I'm sorry, this past weekend, but it's this coming weekend. So no, we won't be launching Friday for Friday 13th. It'll be the 20th. Because McLean and them's all tied up. And the same thing goes with Psycho Poo. I've got the order all ready to go. I got to send it over to Marat for the Psycho Poo books. The only reason I haven't sent that just yet, because I finally got the last of the payments on Psycho Poo from some of the people that claimed to cover this past Thursday. And I started to send in the payment the order to Marat right then, but they were prepping for all these Do You Poo books and everything going to New York. I didn't want to risk it kind of getting lost in the shuffle. So I figured, okay, I'll let them get their prints in because that's going to take priority anyway, because they had to have those books ready by like today or tomorrow. You know what I mean? So we would have been waiting, even if I'd have got to put the order in last week, we would have been waiting till after New York before our books even went to print. And that's okay. So what I'm going to do is, we've got New York this weekend, so a lot of people are tied up with that. McLean and them's tied up with that. So, McLean and them will be back on, Monday, Tuesday or whatever. And I'll sit down with him so we can go over the Psycho Sal setup. Like I said, because we are implementing some changes on this one. And then, probably Monday, I'll put the order in to Marat for the Psycho Poo books. Because then all the New York stuff's done, all that shipped, the printers, ready to go with new stuff. And because it wasn't just, like Murad had his Do You Poo exclusives debuting. Then there was all the other retailers that had Do You Poo. So I did not want to risk putting my order in last week and then getting lost in the shuffle or accidentally getting packed up and shipped out with somebody else's books to New York. I'm just paranoid like that. I'm so damn paranoid that shit will get lost or or forgotten about or something, So I just like, okay, wait, well, I had to wait till, Thursday of this past week for the last bit of the payments to come in for the book. Cause I had to put the order, in all at once. And the order has to be put in according, to what my print run is going to be. So I was like, oh shit, New York's next weekend. Those folks are printing all those books this week and next week. Well, this past week and this past 2 weeks. And I was like, I'll just wait and order Do You Poo. I mean, the Psycho Poo books on Monday. So probably what I'll do, I'll probably send the order to Murad on Monday, and he'll probably get home Monday or so and see the order and put it into the printer. And then we're not having to necessarily wait on anybody. I just like that better. I like the idea of not waiting. I know we're waiting in the sense of, getting the books, ordered, but like I said, I just didn't want to risk, I didn't want to risk it kind of getting lost in the shuffle, because there was a lot of Do You Poo books ordered for New York. I mean, a lot. There's so many damn books that are debuting at that. It's insane. What the hell? Wow, that's interesting because, somebody mentioned it to me like a couple weeks ago. And, and I sent them a message asking if they had any tables, and they're like, oh no, we're all sold out. See, shows have got to stop doing that shit. They got to stop saying they're sold out if they're spread thin. Take the damn, put these tables together, take a 6-foot table, put a foot on one side, foot on the other side, go back 6 feet. That's a 6x6 area, 8x6 area when you figure the foot on each end of the 6-foot table. So 6-foot table, foot. So that's an 8-foot spot. Go deep 6 feet. That's enough room to maneuver in behind the table. And then put the damn tables a foot apart and be done. This whole shit where I go into some of these cons and they got damn 5 feet between each table is ridiculous. When you got people trying to get tables for those events, man, you make that shit fit. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like the idea when cons butt the tables up to one another where there's no gap in between the table and you have to walk all the way down the damn road to get out. That's bullshit. 40-foot aisles? What the hell are they doing? You don't need, aisles don't need to be no more than 20 feet wide. Maybe 25 or 30 at the most. No, I'm not talking about 8-foot tables, Anna. I'm not talking about 8-foot tables. The norm before COVID was a 6-foot table and then a foot gap on each end of your table that you could walk in between, which is where I'm getting the 8-foot measurement from. No, hell no. Most cons don't do 8-foot tables. But pre-COVID, it was 6 foot. I know I did enough damn cons pre-COVID. It was a 6-foot table with the gaps. When COVID hit, we took that year off. And then that very next year, when cons started kind of springing up a little, they shrunk all the spots to 6-foot tables butted together and it went from, 8 feet deep to 4 feet deep. And now that the COVID's all gone, they're still doing that shit at a lot of cons. but and charging us the same price for a smaller area than what they were charging pre-COVID. And hello, Anna. Well, I'll be debuting your cover tomorrow, Anna. I'm so excited for everybody to see it. Well, I mean, I did MegaCon Orlando pre-COVID, and there was a foot gap in between each table. I did C2E2 pre-COVID. There was a gap between each table. I did Fan Expo Dallas pre-COVID. It was a gap between each table. You know, it just is what it is. Hey, what's up, Dale? But yeah, they definitely, everybody took advantage of that whole COVID shit and went, oh, let's shrink the spots down where people sit, and we'll widen the aisles a little bit, because apparently the fans need to have 6 foot distance, but we don't have to. We can sit on each other and cough and sneeze and breathe. So, but since all that's all done, most of the cons are still doing that. Like MegaCon Orlando after COVID, tables buddy together. Fan Expo Dallas after COVID, tables buddy together. Fan Expo Denver, tables buddy together. Baltimore Comic Con after COVID, tables buddy together. So, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. You can only take what they give you. It just kind of sucks. It sucks when you have to walk an entire aisle to get out because you're having to walk over people's shit. Yeah, oh hell yeah. And it's so crazy how that is. Like, think about this for a moment. The reason the fire marshal checks your show is so they can make sure people can get out safely if something bad happens, right? That's the point. All right. But they don't bother to make sure the people on the aisles, the artists and creators, can get out. Because if something happened, you're going to have to jump over tables, or you're going to have to run, what is it, like a 200-foot aisle? I mean, row. I mean, I don't need tons of space, even though, because I'll buy 2 tables. I don't need tons of space, but I do like the idea of I can walk out around my table, so I like the foot gap in between each damn person. And there's no reason on this damn planet that there can't be a foot gap in between each table. It's straight up bullshit that it's not. I don't want people, I definitely don't want super narrow aisles. That's for sure. Because I want people to be able to walk up and down, but I also don't want the aisles so damn wide that people can walk up and down the aisle with never having to slow down. So there's a sweet spot that you on aisle width. There's a sweet spot, a mathematical sweet spot that if you have it too narrow, people get aggravated and they won't stop and look at you. If you have it too wide, people walk too fast and nobody's looking at shit. So I do like that happy medium. And I got to give MegaCon Orlando credit on that. In my personal opinion, I love the width of their aisles. It's just right at that sweet spot where people can't walk super fast. So they have to kind of walk and look because there's a lot of people. They've got a great aisle setup. And actually, I got to say the same thing about Fan Expo Dallas, too. In my opinion, their aisle width is really good. C2E2's aisle width is really good. Like I said, there is definitely a sweet spot. People may not get that, may not understand that, but there's definitely a sweet spot, for traffic. And you definitely want to keep that in mind. Now I can't speak on Fan Expo Dallas this year. I wasn't there this year, but now last year, to be fair, I was on an end cap last year. so I was seeing that, aisle, but that's crazy. But yeah, there's definitely a sweet spot. Wow, man, I didn't have any issues last year. But like I said, I was on an end cap facing pro row for Fan Expo Dallas. Oh my God, that's insane. Yeah, now I do remember that. I do remember their tables being butted together, and you had to walk the entire aisle to get out. And they don't put no gaps in between you and the neighbor behind you. You know, they don't create a little narrow hallway for you to walk through, so you're having to walk over people's stuff. Um, you guys couldn't use the space between your damn drape and the wall. I saw people using that shit. Why would they tell people they can't use that? That's insane. That makes that makes no sense at all. Why would you not be able to do that? That's the point of it. Oh my God. That's insane. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's bullshit. I'm not crawling under my damn table. I'm too damn big to be crawling under my damn table, and it ain't gonna happen. Holy shit. That's insane, dude. Like I said, there's a sweet spot for all this. People definitely have to. Um, yeah, people definitely have to. Whoever the other guy was. Wait, what happened? I said, fucking, he took down the horizontal poles. Yeah, no, hell no, it's not happening. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. A lot of these damn promoters, they get this shit in their head that apparently they're the ones that make these shows happen, and they're not. They're just the ones hosting it. Everyone else that's paying to be there, everyone else that's a guest showing up, they're the ones that make these damn shows possible. I ain't crawling under no damn table. Oh my God, that's insane. Wow. Yeah, now I heard about the AC breaking, and sadly, I mean, that, that's just a rare fluke. Um, but but yeah, I mean, like you don't need 40 or 50 foot wide damn aisles. That's just pure stupidity. You need about a 30 foot wide aisle, and that's more than enough. And if you're a Comic Con that has less than 2,000 people that shows up on a damn Saturday, all you really need is about a damn 15 or 10 or 15 foot aisle. You know, um, wow, that's insane. That's insane. Oh hell no, I'm not. I'm not crawling under my table. It ain't happening. I pay for this damn space and I'm going to use it accordingly. I'm not crawling on the damn floor like some damn poodle. Jesus Christ. Wow, that's crazy. I'm actually kind of shocked some of them old cats did that. A lot of times it's them old cats that say, no, this shit ain't happening. you know? It's usually us young bucks, us new to the scene, folks. We're usually ones that kind of go, okay, I don't want nobody mad at me, okay. And then these old bucks that are guests are like, hell no. Damn, that's bullshit, dude. Come on, man. Nobody should have to do that. That's just straight bullshit. Now, obviously, the air conditioner, that's not anybody's fault per se. Wow, that's insane. I said, man, I can't believe that. Uh, yeah, I mean, what are they gonna do? I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. What are they gonna do? Especially when they brought you in as a guest. I mean, that's just like at a con I just recently attended. where somebody wanted to tell me that the people on the floor don't matter. The only one that matters at their con are the guests that they brought in, that everybody else on the floor isn't their concern. You know, the people that made the show possible by buying all their damn tables and shit. So, you know, yeah, man, I heard that was hell. I was definitely glad I wasn't there for that. Because I mean, I can't imagine how hot that place must have been, you know, with Texas heat. Um, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. But you know, it's like that though. You know, some of these places they just kind of forget, you know, that the fans are what make these shows possible. The guests and the paying vendors and artists, etc., are what make these shows possible. And then they kind of want to treat people like that, making people crawl under damn tables. What the hell ever? That's just crazy, dude. I have no idea. I've been working since this morning, ran some errands today, and forgot the post office closed. So I drove to town for for no reason. Since the post office closed, so I went ahead and ran a couple of errands, came back home, been working on commissions and cover stuff, and and this was a piece I laid out as a loose design for something, and then for a cover design, and then we ended up changing it to something else, and so now I don't know what to do with it. So I'm kind of thinking Psylocke maybe, and then I'm kind of thinking, you know, maybe Jean Grey, but I think with the way I did her eyes, I'm thinking more along the lines of of Psylocke, who was a gorgeous character. Um, so now I'm just kind of fidgeting with it because I don't really know what I want to do with it. I don't want to waste it, you know. So I'm just like, and I'm trying to take a break from just doing work. So oh, and Anna, that other thing that yeah, that's what I'm thinking is Psylocke because I've seen her kind of have her hair like this before, so it kind of makes sense to me, you know. And you know Anna, that thing that happened at that place with that person. Um, I sent in the design idea for it, and I got the go words on it. So now I'm going to start laying the heavy detail and everything on it. But you know, it was that thing in that place with that person. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, the butterfly thing. That's right. That's right. The butterfly thing. Thank you. I am man. I'm beyond excited about that. It is definitely one of those scenarios, you know, where it's you know, my one of those grails, you know, on my to-do list. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Are you ready for New York? I have got to sign up for that damn thing one of these days and get in. I mean, I definitely want to do it at some point. I mean, everybody brags about it because I've done C2E2 before, and I definitely enjoyed that one. I definitely want to do that one again too. I got to remember to put in for that sucker. I forget about it like every damn year. Chris, not all of Charter. I think the only ones going. I could be wrong, but I think it's McLean and Kent are going. So they'll be there repping, you know, Charter Comics, you know, with McLean. So, but yeah, I mean, but I could be wrong. Shit, he might. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I might. Yeah, I think this might be Psylocke. I think you're right. The eyes and everything, I think, suit her. I don't even remember what the hell her damn costume looks like. I'm gonna have to look that up. Where's my little sharpener? Yeah, that's what I've heard before too. That it's definitely more art friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like people are there to shop art. I mean, sadly, there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of Comic Cons or conventions that claim to be Comic Cons, and then when you get there, it's like a room full of random stuff with a little bit of like comic shit sprinkled in. And I hate that because if you're going to call yourself a damn Comic Con, you should be mostly comic related stuff, you know. And of course, that's just my opinion, but I think it should be more stuff like that, you know. Does she have like real long hair? I can't remember how long her hair is. I might have to look up some reference for her. Oh, okay, maybe waist. Okay, cool. Yeah, see now Heroes Con is definitely on my list. Is that the one that's in like is that the one that's like in Kentucky or Virginia or something like that? Baltimore Con I enjoyed. I will definitely sign up for that one again too. And um MegaCon, sadly, I'm not going to be at MegaCon Orlando this year. This will be the first time I've missed it since pre-COVID. Charlotte. Okay, cool. Yeah, Heroes Con's definitely on my list. And sadly, I dropped the ball big time on MegaCon. Two cons I dropped the ball on this year because I've been swamped with so much shit over the last handful of months. I dropped the ball on MegaCon. It slipped my mind. It just completely slipped my mind. And then by the time I thought about it, and I jumped on it and they were full. Um, Same thing happened with Huntsville Comic Con. I really like doing the Huntsville Comic Con and or Huntsville Comic Expo, whatever it's called. I do that one. I've done that one every year, since I've been doing this, except for that 1 year with the COVID shit. But yeah, I dropped the ball on both of those. Sadly, to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot of stores. I do a good bit of store signing events, but it tends to be the same people. So I don't really know, that many stores, even though I've done how many damn retailer exclusives. uh, um, Either they don't go to those cons or, and I haven't gotten to that point yet where I go, hey, can I tag along with you guys? Like, I feel uncomfortable, asking. Um, yeah, no shit. I agree with you because that's a good one. I do damn good at MegaCon Orlando. I hate I missed that one. I don't know. I don't think Chris and them were going charter. Um, I don't remember. I don't remember why they don't do Florida one. I don't know if it's a case they didn't get in or they didn't do it. I can't remember. I remember asking Chris that one day, and I think he said they had applied or something, but they were already full. I can't remember. But it's different for it's a little bit different for charter as a whole to go to shows because they're just kind of selling indie books. They're not really there selling art and stuff like that. So I get that. I definitely would love to see them do, some of the cons outside of Texas, and they do here or there, Vegas and New York and, Hawaii when that one was going on. But yeah, because in my personal opinion, and this is not me trying to play favorites or nothing, I think because of how Charter handles their books and the amount of books they have under their umbrella, I mean, they have the potential to be a big publisher. You know what I'm saying? They definitely do because of how they treat their creators. Creators owning their own stuff. They can do what they see fit with their IPs, etc. And they help promote the stuff and get the information out there too. So I mean, with everything that McLean and Chris and them are doing, I think it definitely has the potential to be something bigger. What I would love to see happen, if I had my choice on it, I would love to see Charter Comics as a whole, go, even if it's just the core members. I would love to see everybody, but not everybody can do everything all the time. I get that. But even if it was just like the core members, go to shows as a whole, having their own setup, kind of thing, that would be pretty damn cool. Yeah. It's like what, 10, 11-hour drive for me. And so they would have to either fly in or they would have to, make the, 6-hour drive to Mississippi and then the next 10 hours to there. And I'm probably the only one that's goofy enough to do that shit. Yeah, I agree with you. I think in my personal opinion, the key places that I think people ought to hit as artists and creators is MegaCon Orlando, C2E2, New York Comic Con. So that gets you those three main areas, and Heroes Con. I think I would throw Hero, even though I've not done Heroes Con, I think I would throw it in there because it hits that middle part of the east side. So you got MegaCon Orlando, then you got Heroes Con, and then you got New York Con, then you got C2E2, and then you jump over, and I think either Fan Expo Dallas, I think I would throw in there too, or either we'll just stick to Comic Cons. I'm not going to talk about horror cons, even though Texas Frightmare is huge. See that maybe that's the one I'm thinking about. Where's WonderCon? Because that one sounds familiar. I mean, there's people driving from Texas to set up at New York Comic Con. New York is definitely, like I said, in my opinion, MegaCon Orlando, C2E2, New York Comic Con, and probably HeroCon. That covers like the main East Coast in my mind. And then up the middle, I would say probably what? What would you say? Well, I think I would say probably Fan Expo Dallas. As far as big like staple cons, Fan Expo Dallas, maybe Fan Expo Denver to get the two middles. And I'm sure I'm probably forgetting somebody. And then on the West Coast, I would say probably I've heard nothing but great things about the con that Brian and them put on that what is it called? Tucson? Is it Tucson Comic Con or something like that? The one Brian and them own. I've heard nothing but good things about that one. And so that would be like the lower end of the West Coast. And then WonderCon in Cali. Wasn't there one that people brag about in the north side of the West Coast? Because I'm not even going to count San Diego Comic Con because that's a whole different ball game. But the only thing I can think of middle is out of the big shows is Fan Expo Dallas and Fan Expo Denver. Rose City. Now, see, I don't know about Emerald. Now, I've never done Emerald or Rose City, but I've had a lot of people, even though I take it with a grain of salt, I've had a good bit of people say that they're not fans of Emerald City. Now, for me, I've done Planet Comic Con and I was not impressed with it. Now, again, I take it with a grain of salt, even as my own opinion, because I've only done it one time, and that was a couple years ago. It could be better now. I don't know. I mean, because any con can be a bad con at any given moment, that's for sure. But what matters is if it was a bad con back to back. Like me personally, I won't do Comic Palooza ever again. That show was hot trash this year. I mean, like super hot trash. I won't do I won't do Comic Palooza again. And I've done it 2 years in a row. Wait, no, I didn't do it last year. I did it the year before, and I think I skipped last year, and then I did it this year, and I was like, oh hell no. Yeah. Well, what was weird, and that could be true for people doing anime for sure. I just know almost everyone I talked to at that show that was on our aisle and the aisle behind us, they had hardly any business on either one of the days. And then we come to find out they were charging people $80 a head to get in the door on Saturday, and it was like 75 on Sunday. That's expensive. Comic Palooza, I mean, those are the prices that like MegaCon Orlando charges, and MegaCon Orlando's is like 3 times the size of Comic Palooza. Yeah, at least double. But for me personally, it looks like it's almost 3 times the size. I mean, but it's damn sure at least double, and that's the kind of prices MegaCon charges. And Comic Palooza, nobody was spending money. After they got in the door and went to one or two of their favorite artists or something, or a celebrity, they were gutted. They were pennied out. You know what I mean? Yeah, like if it hadn't been for like my fans showing up to Comic Palooza, the people that I actually know on social media that follow me, that would have been a real bad show. But luckily, knock on wood, my fans showed up and showed love. So that saved my ass. But like, I mean, I talked to a lot of people and they lost big time on that one this year. Now, the year before, not last year, but 2021 or whatever, when I did that show. But to be fair, that was the first time that show was back open since COVID shut it down. So people showed up big time that year. Yeah, see, it's unusual for me. Like I can't be too harsh on too many cons because knock on wood, because I've been lucky with my fan base and they showed up at pretty much every show I've done. I've only had like one show where I lost my, that I lost money on out of 4 years of doing it hardcore, travel. So knock on wood, I've only had that happen once. And then I've only had like 2 shows where I made just a little profit more than breaking even. So like I said, knock on wood for that. But, luckily, that's because of the fans. It wasn't because of the numbers through the door. You know what I mean? It was just the fans that showed up that I knew that saved my ass. So, like even Planet Comic Con, like shit, I did very good at Planet Comic Con because a lot of the people that showed up were people that I knew. But when I look at the foot traffic, that's what I kind of base it on, is the foot traffic I see. How many people are coming down my aisle? How many people do I see going down the main aisles? How many people are stopping at my table? That's what I look at to determine whether, this shit is not going to be good for some people. That's what I look at. Now see, I almost did that show like a year or 2 ago, and people warned me about it, so I didn't go. And then one of the guys I think Jason Turner, I think it may have been Jason Turner that went to it, and he said it was so bad. Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree to you. And these tables are not cheap, even at these lower, these mid-sized to smaller cons, trying to charge people $300, $400 a damn table. and then they got like less than 1,000 people that show up on a Saturday. That sucks. Yeah, I heard Wizard World went to shit. Yeah. And I hated that too, because like my first big con exposure, because I went to Memphis Con when I was younger, but my first like legit Comic Con that had movie actors and big name comic artists at was Wizard World Chicago in 2000. That was my first ever exposure to bigger cons. And that's where I met a lot of the guys from Top Cow and Image Comics. That's where I met some of the actors like Ray Park and Tyler Mane. Kevin Smith and his buddy. And that was a great show, man. It broke my heart when people, because that was the memory I had, was that 2000 show that was slam packed. It was like a 3-day show or a 4-day show, something like that. It was slammed. And then now when I start doing this for business, everybody's like, oh, no, stay away from that one. Like, it's bad everywhere they do it. So I was like, wow. Because, man, it was huge in 2000. But I think that's the reason that happened. And let me know if I'm talking too loud, guys, because the mic's over there. But I think that's what happens is when you get Comic Cons that, the promoters forget why they're doing it. And that's the love of the industry. And they start trying to nickel and dime every fart that every single person takes, by jacking the prices of the tables and the booths higher than what they should be for their attendance numbers, and or trying to make people have to set their booth a certain way or something. Oh, you can't have this on your table, you can't have this, oh, your banner can't be this or it can't be that. I think once you start doing that, and then you start charging again, when it falls back to the fans, and you're charging fans, you can't be an itty bitty con or a mid-sized con and try to charge MegaCon Orlando prices. You can't do that shit. It doesn't work. Yeah, exactly. That's another damn thing. Now, I want to ask you guys something about that now, because here's my question on that. Why? Okay, I understand that I'm selling in that state, but I've already paid taxes in that state. I pay taxes for my booth. I pay taxes for my travel there. I mean, my hotel's there, my fuel inside that state. Everything else is all taxed. And when I go home and I file my business taxes, I pay taxes on every nickel I made this year. Why am I paying a tax cut to the state I'm standing in? And I'm not a tax expert. I'm just kind of curious why is that way? Because I'm already got to pay tax on that. I mean, it's a little confusing to me because I'm not an established business in that state. So therefore, I don't have representation from that state. So why am I being taxed by that state? You get what I'm saying? Like, or am I just reading it too hard, like, because that's my understanding of it. You can't have taxation without representation. And since I don't live there and my product isn't created there, why am I paying tax on it to the people that are buying it? Because not every state does that. See, there's the kicker on it too. I can probably count on one hand the amount of cons I go to per year that hands me a tax form and wants me to tell them how much money I made that weekend. Yeah, see, that's another thing too. That's definitely true too. Like, taxes in general depends on how much money you made. Yeah. Like I said, it's one of those things that it's not at every con. It's not even at the majority of cons. Like I said, again, I can count it on probably one hand the amount of shows that I do that hand out that tax envelope wanting to know what I made at my table that weekend. Well, guess what? I made $200. I made $200 that weekend. That's what I made. Yeah, it's definitely an odd one there. Because again, it's one of those things like, if I drove across the state line and I set up a fruit stand for, just an example, and I sell that fruit. I mean, there's nobody's pulling up on me to ask for my taxes. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of strange. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I still have to pay tax on every single transaction that happens on my card reader. That's for sure. Yeah, that one's kind of a weird one for me because I mean, you know, I don't understand why I've got to tell you what I made right then. Yeah. Yeah, I just filed my tax because when it comes to the federal level, they don't give a shit where you made your money. You know what I'm saying? They just want their cut of the tax. You know, so I mean, they don't give a shit what state you sold shit in. Yeah, exactly. I've never had an issue. I worked in the insurance world for 7.5 years as a 1099 employee. I worked in now as a comic artist for the past like what 5 years. I file my taxes every single year. And I've never had an issue, never had a question, never had a problem. But that one there, like I said, it catches me off guard every once in a while when I do a smaller con, and you're right, it is a smaller cons too. That's yeah, I didn't really think about that, but now that I actually think about the ones that I recall getting that form from, or that envelope rather, from them, it's all been small cons. So big cons it doesn't matter, but small cons it does. You see what it just doesn't make sense. That whole ordeal just doesn't make sense. Of course, the other one that doesn't make sense to me, and I'm almost positive this happens, even though people claim or they say that they don't do that. I've never had issues with spam calls and bullshit like that, or solicitation emails and text messages. I never had that issue till I became an artist. And the only thing I know is the amount of Comic Cons that I fill out paperwork for, and they want to know my email, which I get that, but they also want to know my phone number. Why do you need my phone number on an application? And it's mandatory on some of the applications. It's got the little symbol beside it, like you can't skip it. Why do you need my phone number? You're not going to call my phone number to tell me shit about your con. You'll send it in an email. But yet, ever since I've been an artist, my phone, I get spam mail, I get text messages. I swear to God, I think some of these damn places are selling the damn call list. The big cons tell them YOLO. Yeah, it's just yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's definitely a strange one. I really hadn't thought about that too. You mentioned it. Yeah, it's been you know, yeah. Well, like I said, I've never had anybody from any damn state in 5 years of doing this send me a message saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, you were at so and so con last year and you didn't send us any information." Like I've never had anybody say shit. Yeah, I need to get off here and do the same. I just wanted to. I want to make. I'm rearrange this office, so I moved all this stuff around over here to where it's closer together, and I can see the monitor and stuff. So I just kind of wanted to test it, make sure I had every damn thing hooked back up right. So if you guys can see me okay and you guys can hear me okay, I'm gonna assume the shit works. Fluorescent pinks. Yeah, I could do like the little butterfly. That one's that. And I won't front on that one. That one's a little weird for me. Like I love the weapons, her mental weapons and stuff, but that like pink butterfly thing on her face, that one throws it off for me. I mean, it's pretty, but and I'll probably put it on there just because that's probably what most people think of when they see her. But for me, it's just like okay. Yeah, I thought about doing that too, where I could just have the weapon kind of coming up through here, like her arms coming down, and then so I probably could. So the arm would go here, and then the arm would go here, and then the fist would probably come like right below here. I don't even know if it would make it over because arms here, boom. So boom, boom. So you have some maybe piece of her fist right there. And then the glowy thing going across. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do the butterfly thing because, you know, in this particular layout, the butterfly thing would probably look better. But not in ink or anything or pencil, but just straight up in the, so ink her but don't ink the butterfly, do it in hot pink, marker, you know what I mean? So actual marker. Um, yeah, yeah. But yeah, if you guys can hear me good, you guys can see me good. I'm gonna assume I got all this stuff hooked back up right. So I think I'm gonna get off here and find something for dinner. What's up, Kevin? Anna, again, huge thank you for doing a cover for Psycho Sound #5, and the cover is freaking badass. You guys be ready for that. I'll be doing the cover reveal for Anna tomorrow. She did the artwork and the colors on this one, and she absolutely killed it. So you guys be ready for that. She did a great pose on the piece. She did great with the lighting. She did great with the colors. Anna's just a badass. If you guys are not following Anna, you're severely missing out on a badass, talented artist. So make sure you guys are. Make sure you give her pages a follow. Make sure you guys, send out a friend request to her pages, etc. Trust me, Anna's definitely one of those artists you want to follow. She's one of those that believes in the industry, believes in people doing the right damn thing and not bullshitting and robbing each other and stuff like that. So she's definitely somebody you guys need to make sure you follow. But yeah, be ready for that. I'll be doing her cover reveal tomorrow, and then I'll be doing the cover reveal for my cover, and it's damn sure going to be a controversial cover. I am so gonna piss some people off. This Crimea River brigade that's floating around the internet, their heads are about to explode. My cover is definitely about to piss some people off. It's an homage cover to a badass DC cover that was already controversial when it hit the books, years and years and years ago. But it's definitely going to hit the it's definitely going to hit the controversial level on mine when I drop it. So, oh, good, man. Well, we appreciate it, James, man. Thank you. Dude, I appreciate every damn body. Anybody that's willing to sit back and listen to us ramble, or sit back and purchase our covers that we do and show support for books that, they're not reading every damn one of these books that we've done covers for, but yet you guys are still buying them and showing love. You guys show up to the Comic Cons. You guys promote us. You talk about us. You share out our content. I mean, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'll never, ever, ever be able to wrap my head around the concept and idea that artists can't understand and remember that fans are what make all this possible. That every inch of this industry is possible because of the fans. So I'm very grateful. Thank you guys tremendously. Make sure you guys go check out Anna's page. Make sure you guys are ready for her cover drop tomorrow. If you haven't grabbed a spot on the skateboard raffle that's got the 2 original head sketches on it, I think we got 2 spots left or 3 spots left. Go grab a spot on the damn raffle. Let's fill it out. It's like, what is it, like a $16 spot or a $15 spot or something like that? And it's only like 15 spots or something, or 20 spots. So it's like incredibly good odds, and you're winning a $300, value item. So yeah, somebody go grab those last 3 spots. Let's get a winner pick for that, because the very next raffle that's going up, as soon as that one is closed out, is going to be the Psycho Sal all covers bundle. Every single cover from all 3 Kickstarters. The only one that's missing is the Miko cover and the NES cover. And that's just because I don't have any more of the NES cover. I only have the only Miko cover I have left is the Miko bundle. That we'll do a raffle on that at some point that's signed by myself and Miko. So I didn't have an individual one I could throw in that bundle, but you know, you should be able to find that one on the secondary market. The NES cover you should be able to find on the secondary market somewhere. But it's still a shitload of covers. It's like, what is it, like 20? What is it, like 6? Yes, around like 20 or so covers. 20, 22, something like that, covers. So every single cover, that was on the Kickstarters for Psycho Sal 1 through 3 Kickstarter in that bundle. So yeah, I definitely want to get that one put up. Where'd you see? Oh, Ron. Oh yeah, Ron's super cool. Yeah, I got to meet him in Cowtown. Absolute sweetheart. That dude is so cool. And then, and that's what's great, man. Because I've been a fan of Ron's art for a long time, and then I finally got to meet him, and it always makes me nervous, man. It always makes me nervous when I finally get the opportunity to meet some of these guys that I followed their artwork and was a fan of. Man, it always makes me nervous because like they say, sometimes you don't ever want to meet the people you're a fan of. Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Well, hi, Ron. He may have just been clearing his notifications. But yeah, so luckily I met Ron. I actually got to sit down and have breakfast with him at the hotel. And then I, hung out with him and chatted some at the con. Super damn nice dude. If you guys are not following Ron Leary, make sure you guys, that's another artist. Make sure you guys are following and go check out his work too. Super, super, super nice guy. But anyway, I'm going to get off here, guys, since we know all this equipment is working. I think this setup is going to work a lot better because worst case scenario, I also have my laptop sitting right there. So I got the monitor right here so I can still see your comments in both sections. So I think this is going to work, but I'm going to mess with this later. I'm exhausted. I've been going since 5:30 this morning. So I'm going to go grab some damn food, chill for a minute, and then I got to work on a cover piece. So I'll probably work, I'll eat dinner, and then I'll probably work till about 9 p.m. tonight or something like that. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Be good.